I'm fine. Two simple words that have become default in our society when asked, "How are you?" Two simple words that have become the world's biggest lie. Two simple words that have me and others in a chokehold. Two simple words that have hung me by the neck and left me to wither, rot, and die. I could try and string along the events, the exact moment I began to feel this way. But the thing about depression is that you never really know when it starts. You just remember that you used to be happy. I was 12 when I first began documenting my life, writing weekly journal entries about my friends, family, writing about all the things that I started to notice, like how our electric bill wasn't being paid, how my parents didn't sleep in the same bed anymore, and how I no longer felt good about myself. I read about these new feelings, and at the time, I call it sadness, because I was too young to know what feeling empty was. I'm lying in my bedroom one day when my mom walks in. The bed sinks in and creaks as she sits next to me. She tells me that she notices that I've been distant and isolated recently. And she asks me, "How are you?" And I look into her worrying face. I see in her eyes, she's trying to read me. And I say, "I'm fine." She places a gentle hand on my shoulder, and I hear the bedroom door softly click as she walks away. She leaves me alone. While I'm alone, I think about myself. I say the words, "I hate myself," over and over again as I fall asleep. I hate myself. I hate myself. I hate myself. I was 13 when I began to notice that I didn't feel happy doing anything anymore. I stopped journaling, whether it be because I lost motivation or the content became too heavy. I don't know. I loved journaling. It was one of the things that kept me grounded. It was also the first one of my hobbies that got corrupted by my depression, until one day I just dropped it, never to pick it up again. Instead of writing, I think about myself. I think about my appearance. I think about how ugly I am, even though I'm a twin. I think she looks fine. I think about how weak I am, how it only takes me a light jog before I'm exhausted. And I think about my friends, about the ones who never tried to stay in contact with me, about how worthless I must be for them to never even give me a glance. I'm on a road trip with my dad when he notices that I didn't bring my journal. He knows that this would be a good opportunity for me to write. He leads me into the car so we can talk alone. But instead of questioning me about the journal, he asks, "How are you?" and I fiddle with my hair tie as I avoid his eyes, debating what words I should use to say next. And I say, I'm fine. He nods. I hear the car door close, and he leaves me alone. While I'm alone, think about myself, think about my talents, how utterly useless I am. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. My throat goes dry that night. I'm 14 when I pick up writing again. Only this isn't about my journal, which has become long forgotten, has become long ignored. Because I'm 14 when I write my first suicide note. My first one. One of the only reasons why I'm here is because I never finished it. No matter what I wrote, no matter what explanation that I give, the words can never convey what I truly meant. And deep down, I knew that they never would. Regardless, I always kept the latest version in my backpack because I knew that in the moment, I wouldn't have time to write one. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. I think about how much of a coward I am. I think how scared I am. Because I don't want to die. I just don't want to live. My sister finds me one day after school, and she asks me, "How are you?" "I'm fine," I say. "I'm fine." I'm 15 when I almost do it. And it's at the end of the school year. We're finding out what grades we got. I'm sitting in French class that I hated with a teacher that I hated, and she calls my name. And she asks if I want to withdraw from her class because my grade isn't enough to pass. And she doesn't want my GPA to be affected by it. Before, I didn't know that I wasn't passing. And she says that in front of everyone. And so now everyone knew that I was the only one not passing. And in that moment, I felt like the biggest idiot, the biggest failure, and something in me just broke. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. I whisper over and over again. I find myself out the door. My head is dizzy. I want to throw up, but I can't. I want to cry, but I can't. I want to feel something, but I can't. I dig my nails into her wrist. I want to feel something, but I can't. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. The world outside the classroom is silent, as if I'm not the only one who's holding their breath. I'm in the hallway when I consider jumping. And I've considered jumping before, but never like this. This time it's real. This time it's real, and I feel my heart beating out of my chest, but I cannot feel anything. This time it's real, and I debate saying goodbye to my sister. This time it's real and I don't know what to do because for the first time ever, I don't know how to stop myself. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. The voice grows louder and I have no idea if it's me saying it out loud or if it's all in my head. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. I feel the walls closing in on me. The hallway is as empty as I feel. No one's around to stop me. I find myself in front of my locker. My hand trembles as I fiddle with my lock, desperately trying to remember my password. There's only one thing on my mind though. The door swings wide. I grab my bag. The note is in front of my pocket. Even though it's hidden, I feel like it's gonna burn a hole in the fabric. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself, hey! I get startled by the voice. I turn around. I recognize the woman in front of me. She's a teaching assistant in the building. I think her name's Mrs. Elliott. She speaks to me again. She says, "Hi." She smiles at me and asks, "How are you?" And I look at her. My mouth goes dry, but I smile right back and I say, "I'm fine." No matter how many times someone has asked me that question, I always answer it the same. I say I'm fine. I am not fine. I say I'm fine, but you know I am not fine. I say I'm fine, and you know I am not fine, but you still leave me. I am not fine. But every time I say I'm fine, I am calling your name, screaming your name, asking you for help. I am climbing a never-ending ladder, each rim getting further and further away. I keep climbing because below me is an endless sea of rising water. I keep climbing because even though I tell myself I am pathetic, weak, worthless, part of me keeps climbing because part of me hopes that I'm not. Part of me doesn't want to die. I don't want to die. And she looks at me and she says, "You are not fine." And I look at her and I say, "I am not fine. I am not fine." How many times have we asked someone how they are and they say they're fine? How many times have we asked someone how they are and they say they're fine, but we know they're not fine, and we leave them? I am not fine. I am not fine. I am not fine. I drop my bag. I am not fine. And she doesn't leave me. I am not fine. So I ask you, hi, how are you?